So type Editplus download and click on the first option, and then you click on download Editplus 5.5 and then open this. Click on accept, yes, start copy. Perfect, it's installed. So now scroll down. Whatever the program you have written, just right click, just take out the class file, delete it, and in .java you right click and click on Editplus and click yes, okay. So it is asking for the registration. No need, you can just close this and say I agree. And the beauty is here, all right. Okay, now you can see I just want to increase the font size. Go here, it says Alt Shift and numeric keypad. So just hold Alt Shift and press the numeric keypad. It increases the font. The reason why I'm showing the Editplus, because in a Java you can see if you're writing a program, it explains that class is a keyword in the programming, right? It's a inbuilt programming, and if you type something like capital case, it changes to black. You can identify that there is a typo in your program, right? And if there is semi double quotes missing and it highlights here, it's a black color, something that means you are missing the syntax of the file. So I recommend first, if you're playing around, you can start with this. Okay, use Editplus as a tool and then practice with this. So whenever you want to create one more class, I'll say class sample, like this, right? So let me close this. And if you see, notice if you just type class and it is already giving the open and close, you just give the class name like sample. So this is just tool that you can identify the class names and the keywords. Plus you can identify every class is represented by red color. Okay, this is red, that means it's a class. So let's say if I'm typing some math, it's a class. If I type something like scanner, it is a class. So every class is represented in red color when you are using Editplus. And if you want to increase or decrease the font size, you can play around the shortcut. Okay, all right. So now we have seen what is a class, right? We have seen this. Now let's understand the first program in Java, right? So what is a class, what is the static and everything. Okay, so go here and you see on the file, click on new. In the Editplus, you can actually create a file by using these options. You can directly create a Java program by selecting the option. So you see here, when I click on file, when I click on new, it is giving me the structure or a template that requires to execute your first program. So simply I'll say uh, first Java program. And if you notice here, I say F as first capital and then Java, J as capital, P as program as the another capital letter. So this is the syntax or recommended way to create a class. Why? Because you can create even smaller case, there is no problem. But when you're working on a big project, there are a lot of classes you need to remember. Oh, whether I given small case, capital case, you can follow this structure. Okay, and also if you notice here in the src, we have out of the box JDK itself got lot of Java, right? Lot of packages like Java IO. If you open any, if you see these class names, B as capital, I as capital, S as capital, character, char conversion exception, so they also followed the same structure, right? The first letter of each word they are giving it as a capital case. So let's follow the same thing. Then we have written some method, a main, and then System.out.println. So it's like in a C program you write println. Okay, in C++ you write C in, C out. So we are using this statement to execute, right? So once you save this in a Java, desktop Java, I'll save first Java program. Okay, save this and go back to your folder. So here I have Java, first Java program. I'll execute that. So Java C first. So no need to type all the letters. You can just type FYR, then press tab key. It shows the file name and then compile it. So when there is no error, you can see on the left side, there is a class file. Now execute it, Java first. So take this out and press enter. Now you got the output. And now let's come back to this. We have seen the same program, right? So you have given a class name. Let's see why the class name and what is the purpose of line 3. We will see public class first Java program. Public is an access modifier, which means our JVM needs to understand that, right? If you are making a private, you cannot execute that program. Okay, let's go back here and type something like your class is private. Your class is private. So private means you cannot access this outside of your program, right? So let's go back here, save this, open your folder, delete the class file, and then go back here, type cls java c first program.java. Now it says there is a private modifier private not allowed here, which means you are executing a private Java program outside of the machine, right? Outside of the class. So the class and Windows or the JVM is not able to understand where that class is existing. So whenever you write your program, the class, if you want to execute that, we will see that class should be as public. And in future, we have a separate concept for access modifiers. There are 4 access modifiers like private, public, protected, and default. We will understand in deeply. And every Java program should have a class with class keyword. So class is the keyword and you are giving your class name as first Java program. You can give any name. So my class name is first Java program. Next, here we have seen this one, line number 3, public static void main. What is this concept, right? Public static void main. Main is a function and function is set of instructions to make modular development, which means you're writing some, let's say if you are working for a program or if you are working for a project, you are writing thousands of lines. So what I'll do, those 1000 lines, I will make it into separate functions. Okay, and also functions are for reusability. So I'll write some instructions here and name it as a functions. Okay, again there is a separate concept about function, no need to worry about that right now. And void is a return type, which means it is not returning anything. When a program is not returning anything, we consider it as void. Okay, static means without creating the object of a class, we can access the method. To understand these topics little bit deeper, let's see one concept here. Okay, I'll go here, I'll create my separate class called number, number, or I'll say data. I'll say my class name as data, because when you type number, it is giving me red, which indicates that number is a class already written by JDK. So I'll say data. Now it's not showing any color. I'll consider this as not existing. So here I'll say integer some salary equal or salary equal to 100. Okay, or 1000, whatever the number. Now I want to print this salary here. I want to print that salary here. So what I'll do, System.out.println, I'll say salary. So you cannot access this salary directly, or you can understand maybe another concept here. I'll say void print data. Okay, you can say void print data. So print data, I'll say System.out.println hello from data class. Hello from data class. So what I have written in a program, let me make it as public. And here I have a main program, and here you have a data class. So a program may contain multiple classes, which is fine. So, but you can only have one main method. So this is one main function, and this is another function called print data. So I want to call this function, simply I will say print data like this. You cannot call any function directly. You cannot call any function directly. Everything should be done by object, which means you need to create an object for this data. D is equal to new data. With the help of D, D is nothing but D is an object. Okay, D is an object. Now I'll say D dot print data. D dot print data. Take this out. Okay, you have created an object which is D, and with the help of this object you are calling this. Now let's save this and go back here and say compile it again. Java C first program.java and then first program. You are getting hello world and hello from data class. But if I keep it as static, this function is called static, which means you can call this with the help of data class name, data dot print data. Let's save this, compile it again. Whenever you make some changes in a Java program, you need to compile it. Sorry. Java C first program.java. Now execute. Okay, now you are getting the output. If you notice, if a method is static, you can call it with the name of class. So that's the reason my static method, the main method is static, and JVM can call directly. Okay, you are not creating any object for your class. And we have seen public means globally accessible. And we have seen System.out.println, which is used to print an argument, that is pass. Argument is nothing but inside this open and close parenthesis, if you are mentioning something, that is called an argument.